first we're going to go, we're going to listen to Lopa. Lopa. Do you want to unmute Lopa, and you can put on your screen share as I'm introducing you. So Lopamudra is a photographer. She's based in Kolkata, India. She's a world traveller, an educator and a mentor with her photography, and she's also extensively exhibited and published, whether it's understanding vanishing cultures, documenting nomadic tribes, or simply capturing split-second moments on the street. It is the human condition, and Lopa's instinctive ability to visually tell a story that stands out is a pervasive theme. She's a very talented photographer, and we really are grateful to have her with us. Welcome, Lopa.
Thank you. Thank you. So, may I share screen now?
Yes, share your screen.
Tell me if you can see this properly.
Yes.
My screen?
Yes, I can see Lopa.
Thanks, friends. I'm honored to be here. I'm Lopa, from Calcutta. As we all know, my country is going through a critical phase of the pandemic, and many could not participate in today's interaction due to that, which is perfectly okay. But I hope those who are not otherwise busy, those who are present today, this session will help divert their mind from the depressing news all around and provide some relief and diversion. Now coming back to why we are here, something about me. It has been only a decade that I have been pursuing photography, firstly as a passion and more recently as my career. For the first few years, I was not really focused and tried almost anything and everything, from portraits to wildlife and landscape to even astrophotography. But I found my calling in street and documentary photography. Some of the work I do are on assignment basis and are mostly time bound. At the same time, I also take up projects and stories which are close to my heart. The advantage of working on self-project is that you can be your own boss and you can continue working on multiple projects on the same time. I will be sharing one of my ongoing projects with you here today. So here is it, the Pashmina story. As a woman, we all know the Pashmina is. We would all love to have one in our wardrobe. I was no different. I first fell in love with Pashmina while going through the super light, super smooth pastel shade shawls at a showroom in Kashmir. I not only wanted to have one for myself, but also wanted to know what makes these shawls different from the others. Why these are in should demand despite being so expensive. It helps that the making of Pashmina began and ended in the beautiful Himalayan region, and I wasted no time. The biggest challenge for me in documenting the life of Changpa shepherds was firstly finding them in the harsh winter months when temperature dropped 30 below zero, and then staying with them for weeks. It was not only the temperature, but also altitude and the lack of oxygen at that level. It was my biggest adventure, and I am just grateful that I could survive to tell you the story today. The crack of dawn, the Changthani goats get ready to take a long walk in search for some grasses. The goats are then divided in groups, and all members of the shepherd's family are at work. As the sun brightens on the winter day, with the snow all around, anyone around needs a good pair of sunglasses to see through the brightness. The herd of goats often had to cross frozen lakes to finally find some grassland. While some are on foot, the head shepherd usually lead the way, riding a horse. The Champas also keep sheep and horses apart from Changthani goats. The frozen lakes are not easy crossing, as the underfoot is often slippery, almost like a glass top. Making a cup of tea. Like the weather, life is harsh, and one need to take a break in between. Even in this extreme condition, a Champa shepherds take best care of the Changthani goat, and they even carry the young one on their back to keep them safe. Once again, extra care for the young one during the stream crossing. You can see the baby at the back of the mother. Even the youngest member of the shepherd's family is exposed to hard life, the tough way from very early age. An experienced handshake on the goat. You just can't miss the dog, one of the most important members of the group. Each shepherd's family has one or more shepherd's dog. These are unique, faithful creatures going through many hardship of their masters, taking care the entire herd. A group of Changtan goat out in the grassland finally. This is a portrait I have chosen only to show you how the tough life takes a hard toll on their health and skin, making them look older than they actually are. Once the goat hair is picked, they are rolled into yarn by this experienced group. Same yarn being made from their hair. Same, more of. This is where my story moves to Ladakh to Kashmir. The traders from the valley buy the yarn from the shepherds. Here in Srinagar, in a process which is being practiced for centuries, the yarn is dyed in a heat chamber. Once again, very harsh work condition for these people, as you can see. It was very, very hot in there. As you can see, it was like going from the refrigerator to a heat chamber. The fabric now dyed. It put out for dry. Expert craftsmen and women who have been practicing the art form one generation to another takes over to create beautiful designs on Pashmina shawls. And so, okay, I guess that is it. But I just want to remind you that this is a work in progress and ongoing project, and there is some missing link. I could not work the last few months because of pandemic, but want to pick up from where I left off as soon as I can. If you want to check more, you can go through my website, lopamudra.photography, or you can follow me on Instagram. I'm usually more active there. Thank you.
Thank you, Lopamudra. It's fantastic to see, just amazing. And I can hardly imagine what it would be like to be living up in the mountains with those people. I look forward to seeing how your project progresses. We have some questions for you, but we'll save them until after the speakers.
Yeah.
Rebecca, actually,
Actually, Beck, we thought we might just do the questions for Lopa now.
Okay, all right then. So Lopa,
So we'll just do them. Sorry, we've just been. It's very confusing, but we just thought it might be best to do them now, and then Tanjila will ask her questions after her because she may need to go.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll ask. Yeah.
Okay. So Lopa, the girls are going to ask you some questions now.
okay, so Lopadi, why did you choose this particular project? What is the idea behind this project?
This project happened almost by accident. I had always been attracted to the Pashmina, but it was while sitting in a friend's shop in Srinagar, sipping kava, going through a set of beautiful Pashmina shawls, that my Kashmiri friends started to narrate why the Pashmina is so expensive, so limited in production. And the journey is covered from the highland of Ladakh to Kashmir Valley and then the world. I was immediately attracted and fascinating journey and visualize this could be a great project to document for the future generation.
So Lopadi, this seems like a very remote place. So did you face any difficulties while doing this project?
As I said, this is the most challenging project that I have undertaken. Yeah. It means traveling to the remotest part of Ladakh during the harsh winter and then staying with a nomadic shepherd's family in the temperature that dropped minus 30 degrees. For the first few days, I almost wanted to turn back. The oxygen was so thin that I could not breathe properly. It was so cold that I was freezing. Could not sleep at night. There was no proper toilet. Uh, but then I realized that this Champa people survived in this tough condition for the sake of their goats. And I too had to survive to document the story.
Okay. So, Lopati, did you get any financial support? How one can, you can advise also in how one can continue with their, long-term project with
Yeah.
some financial support.
Luckily, about the same time I decide on this project, I come across this announcement from Shahapedia that they were about to give some photography grants to deserving project, which showcased our culture and heritage. I was fortunate to get this grant, which took care of at least a part of my project cost. But I would have gone ahead with the project even if I had not received the grant. It is, of course, very important to get some financial assistance in projects as earning potential from documentary photography is very limited. Plus, getting a grant also means that someone believes in your story and is there to back up you. That always gives you more confidence.
Okay. And Lopadi, you are a street photographer and a travel photographer, and of course a documentary photographer. So, what do you think? How project work will help you as a photographer to grow?
As a photographer, it is less about getting that one perfect shot and more about putting together a visual story. That is the essence of storytelling. Also, a project helps to keep you focused, keep you energized, and help you to grow as a photographer.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you,
once
Lopa.
again for the
Very good.
opportunity. Thank you.
So now it is time for a young, fresh, and very talented photographer from Bangladesh, Tanjila Biswas Munia. So Tanjila, Tanjila is here.
Yeah, I'm here.
So let me introduce her. So she's very young, as you can see, and she's practicing photography from 2017. But she have fallen in love with street photography and started doing street photography from 2019, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tanjila, over to you. Yeah, we want to know lots of things from you.
Hello everyone. Didi said me about me a lot of things. I am a street photographer and I am fall in love with street photography. And I must mention that I am a fond of reading books and imagine my story in my mind. And I resemble this moment, and that can create a visual story, visual imaginary of when I take photographs. And I love to shoot what I see or what I feel mostly. My photography journey has started 2 or 3 years. I love to capture street life, street people with unusual things from a new perspective. Photography tells a story without any words, and I love to do that. And I love to take black and white because I feel black and white photograph in my bottom of my heart, and that's why all the photographs are like most of them are black and white. And with photography, I want to change the thinking of our society. I want to tell people no job no job is important for the women. And I want to break the chain because they don't want to believe in photography. Uh, uh, my family don't like my passion or my profession, that I'm doing photography. They always want to me a particular job. Please do your job, but they don't believe in me that I am doing photography. I'm doing good, and I want to change that in my society, in my family, and in my country. And I want to share my work. If you say to project, I have to show you my screen share. Here you go. This project is shore life. Kirtan Khola is a river that starts from Saidabad, and Kirtan Khola stayed in Burshal, where I grow up and where I born. So that's the story of my country and my Burshal. There's the first photo. This is from Chanmari, and I think most of the photos of mine are from Chanmari, Burishal. I love this place, and most of people call me that I am one of them, because most of the time I'm going there and uh, spend time a lot of spend time there. This picture is sort of a geometric circle. I wanted to take into both them in the circle, as if they're connected each other. I wanted to show through this picture they were playing with waste materials, as they didn't have any playing things which they cannot afford. Second one is river and human. This is senescence. River and human are conventional feature of senescence. They both grow old with matter of time. This one, river pollution. You can see the portion black and white. Black thing are polluted water, polluted this clean water. Gradually, water of river adulterated with waste. I just wanted to highlight the pollution of our environment and how it impacts of our life. To our life. And this one is from also Tikam Khola, Chanmari. You can see on this picture so much dirt on the river. These are thrown by the inhabitant. They have used it excessively, and I just wanted to highlight the situation and the way they are making it worse. And this one from a girl, and they are always wash their mouth, wash their everything in this river. They used to. They're used to. They see wastage, but they didn't care about this wastage or dirt. They just you used to their life in this river. This photo is a pigeon. I like pigeon and I love bird. These women getting old, and this child is her grandchild, and she's waiting, or she's seeing the river, and her grandchild crying. She want to silence her with some story and thing. And this photo I take when this raining, and I'm going there, and these women and this person is husband wife, and they helping each other to take their board on the place. This is so sweet. When I see, I just like the vibe when they spend together, they love together, and work together and helping each other. And this photo I take in morning. They're doing their household running, also animal, dog, uh, cock, and their pigeon. They're doing their everyday life in this situation. Next is this guy just doing just saying her mother his sad story and crying, and that time I captured him in my camera, in my lens. And also this picture I taken in morning 7 a.m. Maybe, and there is a contrast between one of them are in case, and one of them are outdoor outside. This is the story, and in this I take this picture in 12 p.m. They're washing their bath with soap, and also they are uh, uh, polluting our river, but they didn't care because they are inhabitant and they live in, and they have no particular bath. They have no particular washable place, so they have to use river. That's all from my first project. And if you want to, then I will show my second project. This is parallel life. Birds. I love birds. Birds can be perceived in many different ways. Well, some human consider birds to be mindless machines programmed with instinct. Others view them as spiritual creatures capable of coherent thought and emotions. I feel that birds are somewhere in the middle. Although they rely heavily on instinct, the ability to feel emotions shows that their mental capacity is not far from that of a human. Although their minds are not as advanced as humans, birds are still capable of thought, because just as humans have different individual personalities, birds of the same species also have different behaviors, characteristics. They can merge into human lives unconditionally. So both love the company of both individual. The series is about the relation of peasant and human, how their life interpret each other. This photo I take from mobile when I'm doing my first photography in this place, and I love this picture because this is my first ever I took, and I love that picture. And this is I in 2020 I take the picture in Chadmari. I don't know, I feel heavenly when I see the picture. You guys are what to say, I don't know, but I feel like this is I'm in heaven. And this girl name is Shonali. She is street child. She living there. She is in class 5. She has some hobbies to take his pet pigeon, but because they can't afford their hobbies a long time, because they have no money to continue this. And these also, I used slow shutter in this picture because I want to take motion of wings, and I love to take it black and white. And this one from her, he really fond of his pigeon, his pet. He loved them, she loved them. And this one from January also, I merge into human head and bird hand, and this pigeon already in her shoulder. This one is this one all about her family. This person is her father, and she's there. This one from, this is the this picture. I love that picture because these children are playing their own, and just the pigeon bird, just they when I took the picture, he just flew to see me when I came with my camera. And that's all my project. I ended my project. Thank you so much for tolerating me.
Thank you, Tanjila. That was wonderful. Your photos are amazing. For someone who hasn't been taking photos for very long, you're certainly a wonderful storyteller. And the way I love the bird images, and they do sort of portray that feeling of, you think that you're in heaven, and you do that really well using capturing the movement. And
Thank you.
I love the way you frame. Your framing is amazing in your images. Just fantastic. So just
it means a lot.
You're most welcome. So just remind us again when you started taking photos.
In 2017, but I got my camera in 2019.
Okay. So before that, you were just using your phone?
Yeah. I using my phone.
Yeah.
When I started.
Fantastic. Yeah. And with the photos that you took of the little girl and the birds, do you go back and take photos of that same little girl? Do you have a relationship with that family? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I have. And in this pandemic, I helped them a lot. I helped them in 2020 when pandemic started. I gave them as I can afford. I give them money. I give them some foods. They are there. I have contact with them. Yeah.
Okay.
And I
so
really love
that
family. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So you can document their life over a period of time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
really
really interesting to see the development of that project.
In Dhaka. Yeah.
So you said before that it's your family doesn't really approve of you taking photos. They don't really like you doing that. So how do you overcome that?
First of all, my family didn't want to me do that because they believe I am a girl and I go outside alone, and they getting afraid. But I didn't hear them because I love photography. I love photography, and I just don't. I just say them that please believe in me, and then they are okay, and they just talk to me. You don't do that. You don't. But I didn't hear them. And that's the period when my one of photograph published in Daily Star. then they are happy. Okay, she's doing something good. Okay, then they believe in me, started believing me. So that's why this is starting actually.
Yeah. Well, good on you. It's great, and you're setting a great example for other women.
Yes.
So does anybody else have any other questions for Tanjila? Beck, do you have some questions?
I don't have anything.
If our
specific.
audience has questions, for any of the speakers, please type them into the chat. We love
I'm curious.
questions.
We love questions. Tanjila, how often do you go out shooting? I mean, it's difficult with this pandemic and everything, but how often do you go down there?
I go outside in a week, 2 days, 2 or 3 in early morning, 7 a.m.
Mhm.
when there is no crowd, especially.
Yeah.
That's how I managed. And I get a job in photography in a magazine. That's why this is mandatory for me to take picture, and I love that job.
Mhm. And you said that your parents had concerns of you being outside by yourself. Do you feel safe? Do you have a concern about your safety?
Sometimes I feel conscious about my safety, but when I going that place and take photos, and all the people are buzzing, bad buzzing, good buzzing, and they are always asking me, are you journalist, are you journalist? uh, this is the thing I am starting with this. So when I take picture, I forget about my face safety, I forget about my worry. So and my place Borishal is small, and I just go to the street where people walking or rounding everywhere. So
Yeah.
this is not matter for me. This is all about safety. I can take it. I can take it easily.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
You just have to be sensible.
Yeah.
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 Tanjila, I have a question for you.
Use your common sense.
Thank you, Didi.
Tanjila, you are very young, and
Yeah.
from where you get the inspiration and courage to do something which is not conventional, at your age, especially.
Yeah. Didi, I must mention a name that I must mention the name that our Bangladeshi photographer, Enamur Raja, when I uh, connected with him, friends with him. First of all, I love photography, but I have no way to connect with you, with any group, and I don't know how do I manage my things. When I being friends with him, and he helped me to get the way I want to. He really helped me to see my different perspective, to improve my different views that I want to. And just these words and these path help me a lot to get this. And these guidelines are very important for a photographer, that at the right path you on. That's this name are this name is very important for me and in my photography life, and thanked him a lot to take me in that place. And I'm sitting here talking with you, and this and I know there are lots of photographers. They are amazing photographers: Lopadi, Devrani Di, Rebecca ma'am, Julia, and they're really good photographers. I feel so proud and happy. I don't know what do I say. It just this is game I'm starting from 2019 or 2017. That's all.
Thank you, Tanjila.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Tanjila. And we don't have any other questions, but at the moment, but if people want to, if you think of something that you want to ask, just put it in the chat. So we'll move on now to Shweta. Shweta, are you ready?
Yeah,
So
I'm ready.
I'll just introduce Shweta, who doesn't really need much of an introduction. We all know you, Shweta. So Shweta is originally from Gujarat, and her journey in street photography started in 2013 when she bought her first DSLR, and then she got into photojournalism when she was in Mumbai, which gave her a lot of confidence to being around people and taking candid photos on the street. And then she did 2 workshops with APF, which helped her to grow as a street photographer. And she's the founder and curator of Hardcore Street Collective in Instagram, which she started with Mitu in 2017. Shweta says, nothing is as exciting as street for me. It's full of challenges and surprises as the moments keep changing every minute. I love to be on the street because I'm totally within myself when I'm there, and to observe intently while taking candid moments. That really makes my street photos special. I love to capture colors, textures, expressions of people, and some little stories in my photos. So we'll also, Shweta's very busy. She's on Instagram a lot, and she's always she's always exposing other people. She chats with other people on Instagram and introduces other people to, her followers, which is fantastic, Shweta. I love that you have the energy to do that.
Thank you so much.
And you also, she's also a fabulous artist, which we know, and you can view more of her artwork you've got a separate Insta feed for your artwork. And then you also are a admin or co-founder of the Everyday, you'll have to say it.
Ahmedabad.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's
No,
very
I'm
busy.
the founder.
But she's been, you're the founder. Okay. So Shweta's been doing the 365 project, and I think you're going to show us some photos from there, Shweta?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you've got some prints. Yeah? Okay.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Rebecca. And thank you, Devrani, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here and talk about my photography. And it's an honor for me to be, sharing my thoughts and my photography. Really, really happy to be here. And it's really sad that what India is happening. Like every day we hear news of, somebody's dying, some famous people dying, young people dying, but we can't do anything. We don't have any control of it, but we can help each other. So we are doing that. We are doing our best to help each other. So yeah, I started my project 365. First project 365 I started in 2017 in Mumbai when I was there, and that I successfully completed. And I will tell you that I think everyone should do project 365 because it develops your observation, you develop the composition, everything. You grow as a photographer because every day you're shooting, 365 meaning you're shooting every day, whole year, without any break. So I started because I got inspired with a photographer in Mumbai. And I thought I should also start, and I did it. And I really enjoyed it. But in between, I had a very low phase, but I continued, I didn't stop. So by the end of that, I grew as a photographer. I started observing more. And I feel, I think everyone should try once in their life, Project 365. So I love it. So I started again this year in Ahmedabad, not in Mumbai. And I started with Rajasthan actually, because we went, the whole family went to Rajasthan for holidays in end of December. So I thought I should start this time, where I can catch glimpses of Rajasthan and share. So can I have the screen like that? I wonder how to show, like, can I have the spot?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, we can see. We can see.
So this is Rajasthan. And this is Jodhpur. And this is my sister-in-law here standing. So she loves getting pictures done, And this is a photographer's hand. He's a professional photographer in Jodhpur. So he was directing her to, pose or somewhere like, and I was just above him. So when he moved his hand like this, I got this shot. And I love the, contrast of this color of blue and, white, and this hand popping up parallel to this red color here. That's what I like about it. So this is the second shot of the, project. This was the second day. And then we went to Jaisalmer. In the hotel, we got this reflection shot. This is also my sister-in-law. And she was inside the restaurant and I was outside. So I could see beautiful reflection. So I shot this with a silhouette there. And tinge of blue and yellow and a lot of colors and texture. So I went with my niece and nephew and they had a great time. They were having a great time with us. So this is a rooftop restaurant in Jaisalmer. And this is my niece here. And having a playful time with my nephew. So I don't know, I like the shot a lot. A very candid shot. So here there's a roof, there was this roof terrace where people were just enjoying and relaxing. And I like the layers here. And there's a view of, Jaisalmer here, the whole Jaisalmer you can see. Here, there's this popping of Candyman. I like the way, he's standing and this guy is busy talking. So I'm very lucky to be in a neighborhood where is full of Rajasthani people, migrators, and Rabari community. Rabari community is mostly milkmen, and they mostly sell milk or sell chai, tea. So they are tea makers, chai makers. So I go every day to shoot. So this is my neighborhood, and this guy is a Rabari person. I like the shadow here coming. And this girl is there playing. So I started in January. So there was, it was quite and I used to go every morning, like 6 a.m. every day I used to go. Like this was my routine. So they used to have this bonfire and there's a Rabari person. And I like the tinge of blue here. So he used to come only for 10 minutes, sit for some time and just go, leave the same person. This is old Ahmedabad. This is like where all the shops are there. Actually, this couple had some fight or something. I saw that from the distance. And the moment I grabbed my camera, this guy is glaring at me. This is what I like. I don't know. I like this shot somehow. Like something going on there. So this is also my neighborhood. So the Bari community, they dress up very differently. They cover themselves a lot and they wear this kind of color only. So this lady is old and she's sleeping on the roadside, and you can see a fabric here, cloth. She's sleeping on the temporary bed because she doesn't have home. This is how India is. So I like twilight a lot. I love catching twilight. So he's my chai wale kaka. He's my uncle. Like he's like a family now to me. Every day, like 4 months, I was there continuously going to his place and having chai and smoke. So he's my friend now. Like he's like a family. So he's having this bonfire getting ready, and this is his house. And this is twilight. I like the color which is happening here. And this is a shop which opens at 6 o'clock every day. So a similar shot. So a lot of people gather there to have smoke and chit chat and relax. So, and every day I'm meeting new people, and I like to interact with them, I sit there, relax. I don't have this agenda that, I have to shoot. So I'm sitting and relaxing. And when I when I feel that there's a shot happening, so I just go and grab it. So this guy was having a smoke. So I like his expressions and all. And this is Kaka's son here. And this is old Ahmedabad. So you see this lady here. She has a face issue, like skin issue here. And the way he's sitting and looking at me, glaring at me. The beautiful light happening. This is also old Ahmedabad. Old Ahmedabad is full of heritage houses and heritage buildings, which is beautiful and interesting to shoot. And this is one of the temples there. So people come and pray there. So you guys know Yash Sheth. Yash Sheth. He's a photographer from Mumbai. So he was here in Ahmedabad. So he took me to a graveyard. I never been there. So that was the first time I went to a graveyard. So, and we spent 3 hours there. And I was just, holding my camera and, going low. And this dog popped up in this beautiful light. And these are all graveyards here. So I like the shot here. That's it with me. I wish I would have shown more pictures, but I have more prints, but I think these are the best ones.
Well, it gives us a really good idea, Shweta.
I will tell Tanjila to, go for Project 365. I know it's very challenging, but I think you should go because you grow as a photographer, you grow as a person also. There are so many challenges.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was pleasure
Yeah.
showing my work.
Thank you, Shweta.
I'm
So Beck, do you have any questions?
I just want to say how I'm just in awe of her. Shweta, you get up every day at 7 o'clock and you go out and you take photos. And I mean, the photos that you shared are just wonderful. I just think, well done to you. That's so great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Actually, it's very challenging right now
So-
because I'm not
So
going out
Shweta,
much.
Yeah. So how is the your chaiwala doing? Do you know?
He's all fine. Today only he called me in the morning, that he's missing me. And I said,
Okay.
I will come
Oh.
tomorrow to meet you. He's like a family, I went with him to his ashram, his guru,
Yeah.
master.
Yeah.
So he
Yes.
took me there,
And-
and it's like 200 kilometers from here. So
Yeah.
there's a bonding, very strong bonding. And I made his painting also, and I gifted
Yeah.
him. So yes,
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the paint. I've seen your painting of him.
So I'm
It's
really,
amazing.
I really want to do a project with him. But
Yeah.
this lockdown has happened and spoiled everything.
Yeah. So are the regular people coming back to have their chai every morning, or are people
No, it's all
staying
shut.
away?
Sadly, it's all
The
shut.
store is shut.
He just opens
Okay.
it for an hour.
Okay.
And when I
Yeah.
went to meet him, I very, in a hidden way, I went without telling my parents that I'm going. I went to meet him. And his shop was all shut, and he was just sitting and having beedi, I said, are you okay? Are you all fine? He said, no, everything is fine. There's no corona here. We are all fine and healthy. How are you doing? I said, I am all fine. I had COVID, but I'm fine now. So
Yeah.
it's sad, actually. I don't know when will it
Very
be.
sad. Yeah.
But I'm doing my
we
best to
can't
get pictures at
imagine. We
home.
can't imagine it here.
I'm doing my best to get pictures at home or in my society. Mostly I'm doing from my phone now. Monochrome shots I'm doing. So now I will start again. At least for an hour I'll go.
Take
Yeah.
care,
So it's
Shweta.
interesting.
It is not good.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm saying take care of yourself because situation is not that good. So you are saying that you
No,
will
this
for
place,
an hour.
this place where I go now is just for 5 minutes walk.
Okay.
It's like a neighborhood. So I'm very lucky that I find things to shoot.
So Shweta, just back to your images. So most of your images are in color, but the last image that you showed us was in black and white of the cemetery. So, and most of the images that I know of yours are in color. So are there particular images that you convert to black and white for particular reasons?
Yeah, I love the contrast in this picture. Like, there was not much color in this picture. There was all brown. So I thought if I convert it in black and white, it will look much better and effective than color, because, in black and white, you can see the contrast of the shadows and everything.
And the dog.
Yeah, and the dog. It's popping out.
And the dog.
Otherwise, if you see in color, it will not be that effective. So basically, when the color is not very catchy, like, in this, the color is so catchy.
Yeah.
If you convert it in black and white, it won't be that effective. So I see that which is looking better.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mostly like color. I prefer color every time.
I thought so, but but that you're right. The one of the cemetery is much better in black and white with the contrast. So Evie from Jakarta says, Shweta, thank you. I love to see that you print your photos. It's great to feel the work. So thanks, Evie. I
Thank you so
agree.
much.
It's really great to see them printed like that.
Hello, Ranu.
Makes such a
Thank
difference.
you for joining. It's a pleasure to have you here. I have seen you in one of the sessions with prominent photographers last year. Thank you.
So do we have more questions for Shweta? Now's your chance. Ranu, do you have any questions for Shweta?
I'm sorry, I just joined here, and I'm afraid I don't know anyone here except you, Julia, and Shweta. I think we have only very briefly once exchanged a note on Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm totally blank right now, but maybe later in the course of the call, I just want to be here and listen to all of you.
Actually, it's about to end. Actually, we started at 3, right?
Oh,
3:30.
Oh, I
No
thought it
problem.
was
But it's good
9.
that now you know everyone.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, I'm looking at all the faces and
Tanjila, I'll be featuring you very soon.
Yeah. It's good
Thank
to see
you.
Ranu.
I love your bird shot with that girl, which you have not shown to us. That's very
Yes,
famous
sure.
shot.
Yeah, this is because this picture is very common and everyone knows this picture.
That's why I'm not featured that, I want to feature
Thank
something new.
Thank
Now
you.
Sheila, are you okay to be available? I think your time is okay. You are fine with the timing now? First, I can't hear you. Tanjila, you need to unmute yourself. Tanjila, I can't hear you.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, great.
Ranu, you're from Delhi?
I'm from Delhi originally, yes. But
How
we
is the
moved to
situation?
Sydney. I'm in Sydney at the moment. We moved here in 2018. So yeah, I've been talking to my in-laws there, and it's quite bad. It is very, very bad. It's horrifying,
Very bad
actually,
in
from
Delhi,
whatever I
actually.
have been hearing. Yeah, it's really tragic what's happening. So
Yesterday, Manish Varup, he's a AP
many,
photographer.
Yeah.
He's a photojournalist, a senior photojournalist. And he is hospitalized. He's hospitalized in Meerut, which is in
okay.
Uttar Pradesh. And he required plasma. And all the photographers, all were sharing, And thankfully, I think he has got it.
Okay, that's good.
I hope he'll be fine.
Yeah, because
It's so sad that young people are, getting affected and
Yeah. Very, very sad.
Really don't have
So, Shweta, is most places in India are in lockdown now? Most places? Most cities? And what about in the rural areas?
Rural areas are not in lockdown, but it's sad that in rural areas now the effect is going, and last year it was not like that, but this time it's like going in rural areas, which is so alarming, because most of the part of
and so what is it affecting? Is it affecting food production much?
Not that, it's affecting the people,
Yeah.
Now the third wave is coming, which is coming in June or July, and a lot of people are saying it will affect the children, so it's quite dangerous.
Yeah. It's really crazy.
And the vaccination is not going so smoothly.
When it is in lockdown, so most of the cities are in full lockdown. There are very few cities which are in partial lockdown, but the thing is transportation is I think under full lockdown, so
so no one can get anywhere.
yes.
And internationally, it's all banned. India is banned from everywhere.
Yeah.
that had to be. So there is no other way around. So
Well, after I thank the ladies, the three, Shweta and Tanjila and Lopamudra for speaking, it's been absolutely fascinating. And without even coordinating anything, it's so beautiful to see three really different bodies of work, three different topics to the projects and approaches to the projects. I just find it so fascinating, all three of them. It's very inspiring, and I'm just, yeah, feel so lucky to have connected with you all and to be able to listen to this. And I know Julia is the same. We just cannot wait to get back over to India and Bangladesh and spend some real time with you, taking photos and talking and catching up and eating and celebrating together.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.